Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome in. I'm so happy to have you, and my name is Jessie, and today we're going to be working on some apartments. Lately I've been building on this family kick, and I've built so many family homes and apartments over the last few weeks. I even built another one this morning as I'm recording this voice up. I built a base game bungalow for a couple that'll be coming out later this week. I think either Friday or next Monday. We'll see. But for now, I just wanted to switch gears and work in an apartment for a little bit. I've been having so much fun with apartments, mainly because I have the tool mod so that I can replace the doors and I can replace the windows and I can move things around in the apartments. Because you know those like TLC apartments, I think it is, they have like the pipes and the electrical boxes and the drains on the floor that you can't move and the mouse holes in the wall. And I mean, it's cute for gameplay, but when you try to decorate your dream apartment, then it's not so cute to have in your final apartment. You don't want like an electrical box just sticking out next to like your dream home decorator butler table. But anyway, I wanted to build an apartment that was for a family and was really bright and colorful, and that's what I came up with today. I'm decorating number 19 Culpepper apartment. The address you can see is like in the top left hand corner, and I think it's in the Spice District. I am guessing when I say that, mainly because there's Pepper in the name, so I'm thinking it's in the Spice District. I'm not sure, but I really like this apartment building. I haven't ever renovated this specific apartment, but I wanted to give it a shot. Normally I don't like decorating these bigger apartments just because they have the really tall ceilings and the windows were in weird places, but now that we have the platform tool and I have the tool mods, I can switch out the windows. I feel like it's a lot easier, and especially since this apartment was one that had a balcony on it. I haven't ever renovated an apartment that had a balcony on it, and I felt like that was something really different, really cute. So that's how I chose this apartment. I have a few apartments coming up in the next few weeks. I think I have 2 apartments coming up next week, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I have a few more after that. I made like a list of apartments I want to renovate and like themes I want to decorate for. Originally I wanted this apartment to be for a struggling family that had a toddler, and I was thinking like a really young couple just getting by, like 2 grad students, and they have like a 3-year-old and like a newborn, so like a newborn and a toddler. And that's why I put the toddler chair down in this apartment. But by the time I get to the kids' room and I want to decorate it, I had changed my mind completely. So now I'm stuck with the toddler chair, and I'll try to remember to remove it before I go in and upload this to the gallery. And here in the kitchen, I decided to use the Dream Home Decorator along with the Parenthood appliances because I wanted to bring in like this really pop of color, this really bright pop of color into this apartment. This apartment was more based on a theme of color more than like any idea or particular style or a particular family that I had in mind. I more wanted to build something that was really colorful. I was really inspired by the paranormal cabinet, china cabinet that I put down. It was in that beautiful turquoise blue, and I paired it with a rug from, I believe it's Backyard Stuff, and it came in that geometric print with like the blue and the orange. I used it on the dining room table, and after I used those, I was kind of decided, okay, this apartment is going to be bright, it's going to be colorful, it's going to be eccentric, and also really homey and livable. So this apartment ended up having space for foursomes. It has a room for twin girls and it has an apartment for the parents. So it ended up having space for the foursomes, and it has 1 bathroom. And honestly, the bathroom turned out to be a little bit bigger than I expected. Could have shrunk it down just a little bit, but I wanted this apartment to be a lot bigger than the rest and be a little bit different than the rest. Typically I build my apartments in Evergreen Harbor because those apartments are a lot more realistic. They're a little bit smaller, although you can fit a lot of bedrooms in them, as if you've watched any of my apartment videos you can see, because typically I fit about 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, a dining space, a living space, a kitchen, everything in there. those apartments tend to feel really cramped in the end. So I wanted something that felt like it had a little bit more space. And honestly, this apartment has an abundance of space. Some would say too much space. But I like how it came out. It's very different from anything else that I've built so far. And like I said, I'm having a lot of fun just going back and playing with the apartments, especially with the tool mod and the platform. I would say the platform mod, platform tool, to try and customize these apartments. My only thing is the living room. Now I'm working on the living room now, and the living room turned out to be a little bit smaller than I would have liked originally. Thinking back on it, I would have switched the living room and the dining room around, just that I would have a little bit more space for the living room. But in the end, I still like how it came out. I just would have changed the floor plan a little bit. But I can say that for the next time I renovate this apartment, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to come back and come up with a new apartment. I'm thinking I'd like to do this apartment over for a single parent that has a lot of kids. I'm thinking, I made a list of apartments that I want to make, and one of them was like a dad with like 6 daughters. I was thinking I could always come back and make like a one parent, or even like grandparents that have a lot of kids. That could be an interesting one, because you could definitely make the apartment look a lot older. I don't know why I tend to do that. Older people can have more modern apartments, but I always tend to, when I'm decorating for an elderly couple, tend to put wallpaper everywhere and cat statues. I don't know why that is. I think it's just my style. But maybe I can even do like a grandparents apartment. I'm just coming up with so many apartments. I'm really enjoying making apartments lately. I wanted to carry the colorful theme on through the living room and all through the apartment. And I love this rug from Dream Home Decorator. It's a little bit narrower than I would like, but overall it fit in the space really nicely. It sizes up really well, especially with the tool mod. Again, I love the tool mod. How many times have I said that in this voiceover? It's how many times have I praised the tool mod. I just don't think I can build without it at this point. And as always, all the mods that I use are linked in the description below if you don't have the tool mod, or the other mod that I use for building is also by Twist. All my mods that I use for building are by Twisted Mixie. I use the Move Objects Always On, the Better Build by, which has like that free camera in build mode, and I use the tool mod. And I can't build without them at this point, honestly. Even though this living room turned out to be really, really small and quite snug, I think it's really cozy. And I even managed to fit in 2 bookcases, as you can see. I added in some guitars. I came back afterwards when I saw the screenshots and added a bit more clutter into it. I even added a toy box. This was still when I thought I would have a toddler in this apartment. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I might see about going back and deleting some of the more toddler, childish things in this apartment, just that I can mature it up a little bit and make it fit the Sims that end up living here. I use the art from the Tiny Living Pack on this wall, and I love the art from this Tiny Living Pack. If there's one piece of art I wish I could have IRL, it would be these graphics, like these posters, especially the geometric ones that I use. I would just love to have those in real life and hang them up on my wall, because my walls in my room are currently plain and white and decorated with like LED lights and fairy lights, and I would just love to have that kind of art. Although they have been doing a really good job lately with adding like customized art into the base game, especially like LGBT art. I really, really love it, and like body positivity art. I started there for a second, but I really like how they're doing that, and I really enjoy all the new art that we're getting in the base game. I hope they keep it coming. I hope they keep updating, bringing more artwork made by the community back into the game. I was trying to optimize the space in this really large bathroom, and I just ended up actually using the trick with the dishwasher and the cabinets. So what I do is I put a dishwasher under the cabinets and I size it down to its smallest size with the bracket key, and then I just use the tool mod to kind of lower the washer and dryer so that it fit under the counter. I know we have with the laundry day pack, I wish we had gotten a option to put it under the counter, because I know we have the option to stack it, which is really cool. I really enjoy that because it kind of fits with like the tiny living aspect that the Sims was kind of going with at that point. But I wish they had also given us an option to kind of slot it underneath the counters, because that would have been nice. I mean, that would have been cool for like suburban kitchens, I feel like. Because let's just be honest, The Sims and The Sims 4 just don't use the counters anymore the way they used to in The Sims 2. If you don't know, or maybe you forgot, in The Sims 2, your Sims used to, while they were cooking in the kitchen, while they were preparing food, they would open up the drawers and pull utensils out like a wooden spoon or a spatula. And when they were ready to move over to the pot, they would take a pot out of the cabinet and put what they were making into the pot and take the pot over to the stove. And I miss that about The Sims 2. I've been thinking a lot recently about things from The Sims 2 that are not in The Sims 4. And one of the things I would love to bring back is how your Sims celebrate, your kids celebrate when they get an A in school. So in The Sims 2, your Sims would get off the school bus. First of all, the school bus. I miss the school bus. I miss cars. But that's a whole other topic. But I miss that your Sims would come off the bus and they would look at the report card, and if it was bad they would crumple it up and step on it, and if it was a really good grade they'd jump up and down, celebrate, and they would run to go find one of their guardians or their parents to go and show it off. And I know in The Sims 4, in my 100 baby challenge, I've seen some of my Sims celebrate and like throw sparkles, glitter, shimmer, something above their head, and there's like a rainbow, and they get really excited. But they don't run and go look for their mom to be like, oh my gosh, mom, I got an A in school and look at this. And I just miss that little bit of gameplay. If you guys played The Sims 2, what is something you guys would want to bring from The Sims 2 into The Sims 4? Let me know in the comments. Another thing I miss, I'm going on a rant here about The Sims 2 and not even talking about the apartment, but just something quick that I miss also is just the cuddling. I know that there's a mod out there for the cuddling. I miss it. That your Sims, when they woke up and the partner was still sleeping, they would cuddle and they would just lay there with their eyes open and just kind of love their partner. I missed it in The Sims. That was so wholesome. And that was something I wish that they could bring back. But going back to the build, I'm working in the parents' room here, and I decided to use the bed from City Living. And I tried to do something with the toddler stuff pack lights. They're supposed to be outdoor lights, and I tried to size it down and add it into the bed to be like fairy lights that the parents strung up on the canopy bed. But I think it ended up looking very young for like a teenager, and so I think I will remove that before I upload it to the gallery. But like I said, I didn't have a particular idea for the family that lived in this apartment. I just kind of had like a color theme that I wanted to go with. So in this room it's bright yellows and purples, things that were like on the opposite colors of the spectrum from each other is what I wanted to use in the rooms. But overall, I like how this apartment came together. I used the eco lifestyle wood in a lot of spaces in this apartment just to be like a feature wall, like a breakup wall, just to add some other texture to the walls a little bit. I also used my favorite windows, which is the Snowy Escape windows. I used those windows when I replaced them in this apartment, because I replaced all the windows in the apartment. This video was originally really long, so I cut out the part where I was working on the windows and the doors, because I changed out the front door. And if you had a close eye in the beginning of the video, you see for a split second across the hall I had changed the door in the other apartment too. I'd actually even in that apartment completely changed the location of the front door, because there's a large part of the other apartment where you could put the front door, and I just used the tool mod. It's completely functional when you move the doors from what I've play tested. Maybe sometimes you have to be a little bit careful with how you move the doors with the tool mod, but so far it all seems quite functional. But here I am moving on to the girls' room, and this is kind of where I decided when I started working on this room is when I decided that I'm not going to do a toddler, I'm going to do twin girls, because I haven't made a really pink bedroom in The Sims in a while, and I haven't used these bunk beds in a pink room before, as far as I know. And so I really wanted to make something that was really pink and really girly, so I made this room perfect for, in real life I would say these kids are like between 7, 8, 9 years old, and I just wanted to make something that felt really pink, very girly, very feminine. Obviously any Sim could live here, any gender could live here, but I just wanted to make something that was really pink and happy, something I would have loved growing up is what I wanted to put here. And I used the bookshelves and the table to make like a little desk area, because even though I said the kids would be working on their homework in the kitchen while dad is cooking, I wanted to have a space where the kids could come and work on their homework on their own, like out of the parents' way. So I just added a desk area in here, and I used the Dream Home decorated little cubbies. And I gotta say, I do love that they gave us the option to have some of the drawers open and some of the drawers closed. I adore that. I think it's really cute. And I use some of the shells. I think these are from either Parenthood or Nifty Knitting. I'm absolutely not sure. But I really like all the different colors those shells came in. And I just took some knitted teddy bears from Nifty Knitting and sized them in different sizes and just stuck them in the shells to be some toys. And some butterflies behind the mirrors. I put in 2 mirrors just because I needed to fill up the space, honestly. But I think it turned out really cute. And as we move onto the balcony, I just wanted to note, it took me way too long to figure out the brick that matches the outside of this building. I had to cut so much footage out of me just trying for I think it was like 15 minutes IRL of trying every brick to fit here. But that does bring us to the end of the video. I'm just adding a patio space where the family can come and grill and hang out outside. And that brings us to the end. So if you guys have liked the video at any point, remember to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Leave a comment letting me know what you missed from The Sims 2. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every time that I post. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!